This is Fox 26 News at 9. Connected to you.
The transgender widow of a Wharton County firefighter will not be receiving his death benefits. A judge has ruled that Nikki Araguz and her husband Thomas were not legally married under Texas law because she does not have the internal organs of a woman. Thomas's death benefits will now go into a trust for his children.
We anticipate Heather, the mother of the children, our client, will be in charge of that trust and will need a court approval or approval from the trustees of that particular trust to get approval for any monies that she may spend on behalf of the children.
Attorney Frank Mann expects Araguz's lawyer to appeal the ruling.
We're talking about the ruling in tonight's Fox in Focus, joined by Houston attorneys Chris Tritico and John Neckman. Chris, let me start with you. You're not terribly surprised by this ruling?
No, I'm not.
Why?
The Texas law has been this way for a very long time. I think it was 15, maybe years ago, longer than that, that a court of appeals ruled that you are what you were born with, and if you have an XY chromosome when you were born, then that's what you have when you die, and it doesn't matter what changes you make to your body, what surgeries you have. If you were born a man, you're always a man, and you can't change that. And that's what the court ruled today, is just upheld that previous ruling. It's in line with Texas law. It's the way the legislature has designed our law, and with the makeup of our legislature right now, it's not about to change.
So, John, what do you say about that? The precedent is there, seemingly.
Well, that was a Court of Appeals decision. It wasn't a Texas Supreme Court decision. Also, the thing is that no one ever took a chromosome test of Nikki Araguz or the Christy Lee Littleton in the case that Chris refers to. At this point, when someone goes and requests a marriage license, they're not required to give a chromosome test in order to show that they're people of opposite sex. 2 driver's licenses will do for the 2 people applying for a marriage license. Well, assuming
that the chromosomes are as they purport to be in the ruling, this seems to be on a path where it's going to need some legislative issues or perhaps Supreme Court issues. Am I wrong in assuming that?
Well, look, the Texas Supreme Court is 100% made up of conservative Republicans. They are not going to overturn that Court of Appeals decision. They are going to uphold it as soon as they get a chance. There's no question about that. The Texas legislature is not about to jump into this issue. They've spent all this session passing laws that making it illegal to lie about your fish, but they're not about to take this issue up because it's divisive, and there's not enough votes in the Texas House or the Texas Senate to even get this on the floor for a vote. Texas is 25 years away from addressing this issue seriously in the legislature.
John, how do you respond to that?
Well, unfortunately, Chris might be correct on that, but the Senator Tommy Williams here in Houston did propose legislation that would have literally codified that decision from 1999 that would put any transgender person's marriage into potential jeopardy here in the state of Texas if it were to pass. I don't believe that that's gone anywhere so far, but there are 48 other states that have dealt with this issue, and they do recognize the ability of a person to obtain documents, whether through court order, recognizing that they've had sex reassignment surgery or undergone treatment to be able to obtain documents they need to show they're a person of the opposite sex and able to marry somebody who is then of the opposite sex. 48 states, but Texas is one of the 2 that doesn't.
And if it's going to change, if I'm hearing you guys correctly, it's going to take a little bit of time.
A long time.
Potentially.
We will also note that we did ask members of the transgender community here in Houston to respond. They said they wanted to read the judge's ruling before they went on the record, so we will thank them for that. And gentlemen, we'll thank you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.